What's up, everyone? Kyle here. I'm really excited to be starting a subscription for this podcast. Now, that doesn't mean that you need a subscription to listen to this podcast, but the benefits of getting a subscription are no ads like this one, and a shout out on each episode, as well as knowing that your money is going towards doing something good. This money is not meant to go to me. Some of it is meant to help me maintain this podcast and keep getting guests on, but most of it is meant to go towards providing school supplies towards kids in need. It's my commitment to put $3 of every monthly subscription towards providing school supplies to kids in need and helping them achieve their goals and dreams as well. This is a passion of mine. This is something that I really have been pursuing. This is why I have started all this, the podcasting, the books, everything like that, was to give opportunities to other people. So I'm very excited to be able to do this now. The subscription is $4.99 a month, so nothing crazy, less one cup of coffee a month, that sort of thing. But it's very exciting, and it's going towards something that I am really passionate about and believe in. And I hope you enjoy the benefits of being a premium subscriber. There'll also be discounts and things along the way that I'll make available to people as time moves on and as this continues to grow. The link to subscribe is in the description below, so check that out. There's also a link to donate towards the mission of providing school supplies to those in need, so you can do that as well. Thanks again, and enjoy the episode. All right, welcome everyone. This is Our Travel Experiences. I'm your host, Kyle Rasmussen, and today I'm with my partner in crime on this Everest Base Camp trek, Shannon. Shannon, how are you today?
Good, thank you.
Are you excited to be done with the trek here?
I am.
It's been a long 2 weeks for sure, but I think we were just talking about we had perfect weather, and I can't complain about the trip at all.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was mostly sunny almost every day, except for in the afternoons, the clouds would roll in. But yeah, great weather.
Yeah, it was just amazing. And, we suffered through some of the pain together and the cold nights and everything. But, now that we finished just about an hour ago, what are your kind of initial thoughts on the trip?
Way different than I think I thought in my mind how it would be. Some parts a lot harder than I thought, parts easier, but just so incredibly beautiful and amazing to be at elevation and look up and still see higher mountains at bigger elevation than what you think.
Yeah, that was, the whole time you're just like, you already know that you're so high up, and then you look up and it's so much higher, and then you realize there's even higher mountains than that. It's pretty wild to see. What did you find was harder, and what was easier than what you expected?
I think the cold. I think I wasn't really prepared to just wake up every day and just be cold.
Yeah.
Obviously I'd get hot as we started moving, which was nice. I think that really helped as you moved along, you got warmer.
Yeah.
And then I think I was worried that I wasn't as well prepared physically for it, or maybe a little bit mentally, but I found that I was ready. And so I was happy. That made it easier to know that I had the preparation behind me coming into it. So.
Yeah. Well, you crushed it. You were never far behind me, and
yeah.
we were hiking a lot faster than most people out there. So
yeah.
But yeah, we were just kind of talking beforehand, like, these hills here at the end when we're at 9,000 feet were so much easier now than the hills that we had at 17,000 feet.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's amazing how much stronger you feel on the back end coming on the way back. So
yeah, for sure. Well, what'd you think about the tea houses along the way?
Some were nicer than others,
Yeah.
obviously, but the higher you get, when you see people carrying the construction materials on their backs up there, you realize they just build them how they can.
Yeah.
I was always happy to see a sit-down toilet, for sure. But, you know, the people were always friendly, and I think they're well run. And for what you're working with, I thought every place was pretty enjoyable. So
yeah, I thought the hospitality was really, really incredible, and even all the way up at Gorik Shep, where you're, at 17,000 feet, those people are still, they're still working hard, and they're doing everything they can to make it comfortable for you. And I think that really helps make the trip better. You're not just, left out to suffer on your own necessarily.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, they're the hardest working people I've ever seen in my life, given their circumstances of where they're located and what they have to work with. I was like, never feel sorry for myself again.
Yeah. And those porters carrying up construction materials, our bags. We saw people carrying doors. I saw one guy just today carrying a stove. I'm like, man,
oh God, yeah.
I can't imagine. These are steep hills that they're carrying this up. Those guys are amazing.
Yeah. I wasn't even carrying my own gear, and I just can't even imagine what they're carrying weight wise, and just make it look so easy.
Yeah, and they're so quick. They're going up these steep mountains too, and they're never far behind us either.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's wild. If you ever want to really challenge yourself, you should come try to be a porter here in the mountains of Nepal. That is a hard living for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Especially seeing them carry big packages and boxes of stuff and all the goods and everything. It was pretty incredible.
Yeah, insane. What'd you think about the food along the way?
Got a little boring, but I was trying to be more cautious and not get sick versus eat stuff that I thought I wanted to enjoy and eat. Yeah. So
I know we're both excited for a cheeseburger.
For sure. Cheeseburger and pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was mostly concerned of taking care of myself over food enjoyment on this trip. So
I think it worked out well for both of us. We didn't have, did you have any major issues along the way, just in general?
No, a few nights of just, feeling a little bit uncomfortable or sick, but never like really got sick or anything. So I'm happy about that for sure.
And I don't think either of us really necessarily felt the altitude at all.
No, most every day. I think my biggest thing was a couple nights lack of sleep made me tired, but for the most part, I felt pretty good and pretty confident every day. So.
Yeah. How'd your mindset kind of change? Because we're sitting right now in the place where we started this trek. What were your thoughts then on that first day, and how have they changed now that we're back here?
I think I was scared the first day. Yeah. I was glad that we had Donna with us to kind of break us in a little bit on how things would work and different things like at the tea houses and stuff. Now, obviously, we just met some people and we're giving them advice and we feel like we know everything about trekking in Nepal. I think today was really special because we were out early and we were on our own. And so it was just a fantastic last day to just hear the river, hear the birds, and just meditate on everything that we had just accomplished and experienced. So I thought that was amazing.
That's what I was thinking too. It was just a very peaceful, meditative morning, just reflect on the last 2 weeks and just enjoy the last, couple miles of this long journey that we were on.
Yeah, for sure. It was it was an epic end to an epic adventure for sure.
Yeah. And our amazing guide, Anil, he was a huge help. I really enjoyed trekking with him. What'd you think of Emil?
I thought he was fantastic.
He's sitting over here
Yep.
right now.
He has this evil smile that the wheels are turning in his mind. No, he's great. He just, he was there for us, guided us, tips on things, and helped you to slow down when you needed to, and just make everything go really smooth. So it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think he certainly made the trip a lot easier. I know we met some people who were doing it on their own, which, I think would be a really interesting challenge. But like coming up here for the first time, I think it was super helpful to have someone kind of navigate some of those nuanced things for us. Took a lot of the mental pressure out of it.
Oh, for sure. Like I would be afraid trying to figure out tea houses and all food and all that stuff. It was really helpful to have someone to rely on and know that it was just taken care of, and you just had to worry about yourself and getting yourself going the next day, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. So what were your thoughts when you finally made it to Everest Base Camp?
I was pretty excited. Like I mentioned before, it was 25 years in the making for me to get there. Ever since I'd climbed Mount Rainier and was doing mountaineering and stuff in Washington, it was just kind of a goal that was there for me.
Mm-hmm.
And finally just decided to quit putting it on the back burner. You don't know what's going to happen in life, and just make it happen. And so it was just incredible to me. And it was nice that, there was like 5-6 of us up there, and we could just take it in and enjoy the experience. And so it was just beautiful sunny weather, and just see everything and just really feel like, wow, what an accomplishment to make for, the things that you want to do in your life, make them happen. So
no, it was really cool to kind of have the place to ourselves almost there. So was it, you said you climbed Mount Rainier. Was that when you really decided, like, I want to go to Everest Base Camp at some point, or did you?
Yeah, I started mountaineering. I was just climbing all the peaks in Washington, and I'd love to climb Everest. I don't think that would ever happen, but it was just kind of an attainable goal that, to be able to do it and see it and just feel a little bit a part of it. So
I mean, there's not all that many people who can say that they've been there to base camp. So that's, it's a pretty incredible accomplishment for sure. What were some of the other highlights along the journey for you?
I think like Gokyo Lake was just beautiful. Just the scenery is just incredible. Even tree line versus not tree line, and just looking up at mountains everywhere, and just, I think, pushing yourself, just knowing how high in elevation that you're climbing, and then reaching that goal, and then just looking around and seeing everything even higher. And, it was kind of, our trip was laid out, and I was a little apprehensive. Should I do the extra, the Gokyo Ri? Should I do Kalapatar? And just doing them and reaching that goal was pretty amazing.
Those two were pretty tough climbs.
Yeah, for
I would
sure.
say. You're going straight up from 16,000 feet to almost 18,000 feet. You're going up 2,000 feet in a mile, basically.
Yeah.
So it's straight up. It's pretty brutal.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm sure you felt really, really accomplished getting to the top of that.
Yeah, it was really, really neat. So yeah, and especially like to do Everest Base Camp and then turn around and do something as hard, super hard again in the same day. I don't know. I like pushing myself like that. So it was pretty good. So
does this journey inspire you to do any other major challenges, like go to a different base camp or explore somewhere else?
Yeah, I mean, we met a lot of people talking about the Annapurna circuit. I've kind of had maybe Kilimanjaro in the
Oh
back of my
yeah.
mind. There's one more peak in Washington that I've not done, Glacier Peak.
Okay.
And so maybe get that one knocked off the list and just, I don't know, it's endless possibilities.
Yeah.
So just start writing them down and
Uh-huh.
knocking them off.
Does accomplishing this journey, does it give you more confidence to challenge yourself more, to push yourself more?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was a good starting line to just know that, I mean, I've done a lot of things and I
Yeah.
don't always give myself credit for the things that I have accomplished.
Yeah.
And so this just one more notch on the, you
Mhm.
can do really hard things if you put your mind to it and just
Yeah.
plan and prepare.
Yeah. No, I think it's a great, like, when something gets tough, you can just reflect on, hey, I just climbed to 18,000 feet and Kalapatar. I went to Everest Base Camp. Like, I can do whatever this challenge is. I can deal with it.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And what did you think about the helicopter ride? I know.
Oh, that was awesome. I got so lucky to be in the front because it was really cool.
Yeah, you
but
got a great view.
Yeah. Yeah, that was great. It was beautiful to just see the countryside and the little villages and, great flight. We didn't have any issues and it was sunny and nice and you could just see for miles. So that was really cool.
Yeah. And I know, so we're close here to the airport here in Lukla, watching some of the flights go in and out. I think I'm glad that we took a helicopter and not one of these planes.
I think so. Yeah, seeing that teeny tiny short runway.
Yeah, and it's on a huge slope.
Yeah.
That might get the heart pounding a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, and I mean, after these 2 weeks, I guess what were some low points that you faced? Because I know we talked about the high points, and then how were you able to overcome them?
I think the hardest thing was not realizing that I should have worn a neck gaiter and getting the Kumbu cough. And so that was a little frustrating. It was just coughing all the time and all night and not getting sleep. But what are you going to do? You got to get up and put one foot in front of the other and head out the door to get to your next destination. So I think that's, the biggest thing was day after day, just mentally knowing that you had to get up and do it.
I know. There's the Kubu cough, which everyone had.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the people that we met were coughing along the way, which was fun to be in the little tiny tea houses with everyone.
Yeah, for sure.
Lots of germs being spread. But yeah, I mean, I think you mentioned it was like Groundhog Day. Every day we would get up, do the same thing. I think a lot of days we had the same breakfast too.
Yeah.
Sometimes the same thing for dinner. Like, it got kind of repetitive. So how'd you kind of deal with the mental challenge of that?
I don't know, just knowing that I wanted to finish it, wanted to finish strong, do it. I guess I'm tougher than I think I am sometimes. And so I didn't think it was terrible. I was just, I think you just pull that resilience out of yourself and know that you can do it.
Yeah.
What's up, everyone? Kyle here. I am super excited to share that my audiobook version of Travel Tips is up now. You can find it on Audible, Libro.fm, and anywhere else that you get your podcasts. Go check it out and buy a copy. It also has 30 minutes, a little over 30 minutes of bonus commentary that isn't in the actual book, so that's a little added bonus. But go check it out. I appreciate all the support, and I hope you guys enjoy the episode.
So we had the rest day in Namche Bazaar. What'd you think of Namche? I thought that was a cool little village that we got to spend 3 days in altogether.
Yeah, it was neat. There was stuff to check out, the Irish pub.
Yeah.
Got my hair washed, which was really nice. Do a little shopping. It's just amazing to look out on a hill and see all the tea houses and how beautiful it is, and the scenery.
Yeah, it's amazing. They got everything up there. Yeah, they got everything up there. I saw a dentist office. I mean, they had, barbershop, salon. They had bars, restaurants. Like, they had everything that you needed there, which was pretty wild to see it. A little over 11,000 feet on the side of a cliff.
Yeah, and it's like the hub for everyone going everywhere.
Yeah.
You just a mix of all the people getting ready to head out or come back, and
yeah, no, it's definitely a meeting point. I know we had a lot of traffic yesterday coming out of there.
Yeah.
And I think there was a lot of traffic going up too, from what I remember. It seems like so long ago that we started this journey.
I know.
So like an eternity ago.
Yeah.
And then, after that, we started climbing higher up into the mountains. Things get a lot less dense. There's not as much. We're above the tree line. What was it like seeing kind of the change from tree line to no tree line?
I thought it was pretty interesting. It just gives you a different perspective. It's kind of drier and just different, more rocky and more rock faces, rock peaks.
Yeah.
A little more desolate. You're just like, wow, how can they live where, there's nothing to block the wind, nothing to block the elements. You're just in it. So
yeah, it's amazing how people that's their normal life up there.
Yeah.
They deal with that every day. After a week being freezing cold up there, I was ready to not be above the tree line and be in the cold all the time. It was rough, but pretty incredible journey to say the least. Do you have plans to do this again sometime, maybe?
I don't know. I mean, when I was in it, I was like, oh my gosh, I would never come back here ever again. But then kind of when it's over and you've accomplished it, you're like, oh, so amazing. I want to see other sections of the country, or I want to see different aspects of the mountains.
Yeah.
As you look back, it's a different view than when you're going down, or whatever. It just changes the different angles as you're looking at it. So
yeah.
And then talking to other people in the tea houses and the other adventures they've had in different parts of the country, it's like, wow, there's a lot to explore here in Nepal. So
yeah, I thought it was fun to, we met a lot of people from around the world, very different parts of the world, and just, getting their perspective on it. I thought it was really interesting. And there's some people who are very adventurous and have done this like many times and done it by themselves. It's kind of interesting to see the different dynamics and how people dealt with, being up here.
Yeah. I mean, you have the people that all they do is go to Everest Base Camp and then helicopter off. They don't finish the journey. And then you have other people that don't fly anywhere. They walk in or bus or whatever and navigate it on their own. And so you have all the different aspects.
Yeah, it was a wide range of people for sure. And I think we were both thinking, there's some people that might have a tougher time than others, but I thought it was pretty amazing to see people from all walks of life up here, trying to make this dream happen.
Yeah, for sure. Even like that family that we met at Gorkshep with two tiny little kids, a 6-year-old carrying his own backpack to Everest Base Camp. And you're just like, really?
Yeah.
That's how you're spending your vacation?
Yeah, that was insane. Well, they had a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old.
Yep.
And they had been going for 2 weeks. Their next day was to go to base camp. The 6-year-old was doing it on his own, carrying his own stuff. And they were carrying the 3-year-old, which was incredible. I couldn't imagine one being a parent doing that for that long in those conditions. But then as a 6-year-old to
be okay with that.
Yeah.
I mean, incredible. That's inspiring.
Yeah, they were, I mean, even in the snow, they put on their little snowsuits and headed out to go up Kalapatar halfway to see the sunset. I was like, holy crap.
Yeah. That's that's amazing. That's going to be some tough kids for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we saw on the other end of the spectrum, there's probably some people in their like 60s, 70s that were up here, still doing it, which was, really inspiring to see as well.
Oh yeah, that older gentleman carrying the full pack on his own, and I was like, wow, he's pretty tough for sure, because I wasn't carrying all my own gear. So
yeah, I think more than anything, it's you got to have the right mindset for it and know that this isn't going to be easy, but you just got to keep going to do it, because I think you could be in really good shape and do it really quickly, but if you're like mentally not prepared, it's still going to be really difficult. But even if you're not in very good shape, you might struggle more. But if you're able to keep that mentality up, you could still make it happen, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. I mean, we saw, like we were faster, but then you had people out there for the majority of the day and get up and do it again.
Yeah.
And I think it's just every person being different and knowing what works for them. And
yeah, I think it's almost braver to go slower, and you're out there all day in the cold, and then you turn around and do it the next day and the next day and the next day.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing. What other thoughts, highlights did you have during the trip?
I was glad I was in a smaller group.
Yeah.
I saw the huge tables of giant groups with all their bags, and I don't know, I think you just miss out on that. I'm kind of a people watcher, so I enjoyed sitting in the tea houses and just listening to conversations and seeing how people got through it or interacted. We had some killer Uno games.
Still thinking Neil was cheating over there.
Yeah, it was just, I don't know, it was just an amazing experience. You just take in all the different little pieces and process them. And
yeah, for sure.
I think it changes your perspective on your life and how you live. And you just had, like, I didn't have earbuds, I didn't have whatever. I was just listening to the sounds and my thoughts and enjoying the time. So
yeah, we got to spend a lot of time just kind of hanging out, since we were so quick to get to places. So a lot of downtime to rest and just kind of take in and reflect, which I think was really nice too.
Yeah.
What advice would you have for anyone looking to come do the Everest Base Camp trek, or do the 3 passes, or go to Gokyo?
For sure, wear neck gaiters so that you don't get the Kumbu cough, or at least minimize it. Definitely spend the time before you come getting your body ready, because it takes a lot. I was like, I wish I would have spent more time in the gym doing legs for sure. And just be prepared for the cold. I mean, have a good sleeping bag, have good jackets, and then just know yourself, kind of know, do you get hot? Do you get cold? What do you need?
Yeah. No, I think especially up here, it's really important that you know your body and know how you're supposed to feel, because that altitude sickness, I think, can come pretty quick, or something could get off really quick. And if you're in the middle of nowhere up here, things could become pretty difficult really quickly.
Yeah, I think you really have to be smart about what you're doing, and maybe not order all the things that you think you want to order, and just sanitation, and just be smart about sanitizing your hands and
Mm-hmm.
looking out for yourself so that you can finish the adventure.
Yeah. I think probably both of us, yeah, at least for me, I didn't need a lot of the things that I brought. I think looking back, my advice would be to bring less stuff.
I totally agree. I mean, Donna kind of gave us ideas, and I wish I would have had her edit my gear
Mm-hmm.
because I think I did. I think I could have gotten away with a lot less stuff than I brought for sure.
Yeah. You know, I felt bad having the porter carry it, and I was like, I didn't use a bunch of stuff in that bag.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, those guys were amazing. They were a huge help. And not just carrying the bags too. I mean, they were helping us navigate the tea houses a little bit. And I know one of them hiked with you to Kalapatar.
Yeah, Nima helped me get up Kalapatar and was my professional photographer at the top for me. So he was awesome.
No, they were great. And then I got to ask, you know, we saw the yak trains, the donkey trains, all that. What were your thoughts on those?
At first, I was a little bit scared, and Donna had always said, "Go to the uphill side so you don't get knocked off." And then, like by the end, I'm like, I'm running by them and figuring out the timing and everything. And so, it's amazing to me that they just follow each other.
Yeah,
and
they're pretty docile. I mean,
that's what they do, and they're not even worried about you. They're just looking for food and moving on down the trail. And it was really neat to see. I'm like, I thought it was one of the coolest things that we saw.
Yeah, no, and they're carrying lots of stuff too, and I mean, those are steep hills that we're going up and down. Like, it's impressive that they're pretty sure-footed too.
Yeah, and rocky stairs, and whatever incline or trail we were on, they were navigating it like no problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's I don't know. I thought it was really cool to just kind of see how life works up here in the Himalayas. You know, it's a lot different than living in Yakima in the U.S. Like, very different kind of life, for sure.
Yeah. Yep, I totally think that we take for granted all the comforts that we have, that you have running water, that you have heat in your house, that
you can take a shower.
You could take a shower, that, they have a super, super hard life. And once you experience that, I think you appreciate more all the things that you have the opportunity to just have as a daily convenience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I really appreciate, so much, just like running water and being able to flush a toilet and stuff like that. Like, there's little things that actually make a big difference up here. So it's pretty amazing. But any last thoughts that you want to share with people on the trip?
Just that it was amazing. The people are amazing. They just sit and visit, they chat, they live their lives and they enjoy it. And, it was nice that we got to share it for a short time and just see how beautiful it is here. It's just an incredible, beautiful country. I really am grateful that I got to come.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I got a lot more respect, one, for these mountains, but just for the people, for the culture. It's been an amazing journey, and it's, on the one hand, I'm glad it's over because I can take a shower and eat a cheeseburger again, but on the other hand, I'm sad because it was really quite an amazing experience.
Yep, I totally agree for sure.
Yeah, and I guess we should probably thank Donna for helping to make this happen. I know she didn't get to go the whole way with us, but I think she was huge in us making it there.
Yeah, Donna's an inspiration to me. Just her track racing, all the adventures she's done. I'm just glad that she's been a part of my life because she's really inspired me to challenge myself and know that I can do amazing things the same that she does as well. So
yeah, she was awesome. I'm really grateful for her giving us the opportunity to make it happen, and excited to see her again tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Shannon. Well, thank you so much. It's been a great 2 weeks with you. I know we got a couple more days together, but really enjoyed going on this journey with you and just experiencing the Himalayas of Nepal with you.
Yeah, same here. It's been enjoyable to get to know you and have a partner in pain.
Yeah. I think it was nice to have someone else there that was going through the same thing. I feel like it might be really hard going alone.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
Yeah. Well, thanks again, and I look forward to seeing you somewhere around the world soon.
Okay, sounds great.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Hey everybody, Kyle here. If you enjoyed today's show and want more, you can always check out every episode on Spotify, Anchor, YouTube, and now Amazon Music as well. Just search for Our Travel Experiences on any of those platforms and it will pop up. You can also find everything all in one place on my website, ourtravelexp.com. And if you want to see my travel pictures as well as travel pictures from guests on the show, you can check them out on Instagram. The page is called Our Travel Experiences Podcast. And if you want to share your own pictures on the Instagram page or be a guest on the podcast, you can message me via that Instagram page or email me at ourtravelexperiences@outlook.com. I would love to see your pictures and hear about your travel experiences, so please send them my way. And if that isn't enough for you, make sure to check out my weekly YouTube show, From Around the World Fridays. Every Friday, I'm taking 5 to 10 minutes to answer questions from listeners, share some souvenirs that I bought over the years, share my postcards over the years that I've accumulated, or share videos and pictures from one particular city or country that I visited, and so much more. So check it out, guys. You won't be disappointed, and make sure you go subscribe to that as well. Thanks again for listening, and I'll see you somewhere around the world soon. Thank you to all the listeners and subscribers of this podcast. It's amazing that I get the opportunity to do this and, talk to all of these amazing people around the world and hear their stories and share it with you. It's been a dream doing this. It's a lot of fun, and I'm excited to keep moving forward with it. As always, the subscriptions, $3 of the monthly subscription goes towards providing school supplies to kids in need around the world. And I'll be providing more updates on those, on progress with that as time moves along. But again, hope you enjoyed the episode, and we'll see you next week for another inspiring story and great episode. Have a great week. See you next time.